to members of the delegation from Lagos, Nigeria, that have come to Tennessee to look at some of the issues in health. And of course, Dr. Patan and Mr. Aregbesola has given us some excellent information concerning health and the infrastructure in Lagos. And now Dr. Adejare is about to give us some information in reference to the Democratic Alliance Party, the Party for Democratic Alliance.
I belong to the Alliance for Democracy, AD
okay.
for short.
Very good.
Is the most progressive party you can have in Nigeria, the most forward-looking, people-oriented, most dynamic, progressive party you can have. You see, we are the bastion of democracy. If not for AD, we will not be practicing the true democracy in Nigeria. We are facing a lot. We are facing a lot from the federal government because we are standing up for democracy. Our own leader, the governor of Lagos State, has stood up to make sure that things are done democratically. I want to give you an example. We have a problem at home now, which I will even implore everybody that matters in this country to help us put a pressure on our federal government. We created new local government. We are 15 million people, more than 10% of the population of the whole country. Another state that is even not as populous as our own has 77 local government. We have only 20. It is not reasonable. We cannot take it. Our people cannot take it. A referendum was held, and people decided that we need new local governments. And we went ahead to the wish, according to the wish of our people, to do this. And we did it. And the president, on his own volition, unilaterally, withheld the funds for those local governments. And for past 1 year now, he has been holding to our funds. So our local countries are not running well. They are not paying salaries. The health institutions are not running. We went to court, the Supreme Court. They told our president to release the money. On December 7 last year, a judgment was given that he should release the money unconditionally. As we are speaking to you, he has not released the money. This is undemocratic. I imagine if our Supreme Court should give judgment in this country and President Bush should go against it, it will be removed the next day. We are imploring everybody to matter in the politics and people that are fighting for democracy to help us talk to our president at home. We have to, democracy is about rule of law and order. And if he, as the president of Nigeria, is not going to obey a court rule, I have said it before, no judge in Nigeria has the moral right to pass any judgment on even the petty thief on the street. You see, that's the import of of his actions. There can be there's a breakdown of law and order in Nigeria any time from now, because the president has refused to obey law, and democracy will thrive on law, nothing, law and order. It's simple. And we will implore everybody that matters here to help us put pressure on him to release our money.
And of course, Dr. Aregbesola, you mentioned the fact that you came into politics under the Democratic Alliance arrangement there, and that you have been quite interested in trying to create a situation, I would imagine, so that Lagos, with the largest population, would have more votes than some of the smaller states. Would that be a fair characterization?
What I said was that I have been involved in the process of developing a culture for democratic awareness, democratic consciousness. That it is in the process of that I got into the present relationship, which ultimately led to the emergence of the governor of Lagos State as a governor, and my own involvement in it as a commissioner. However, to support what he has said, the party we are talking about is the only serious promoter of democratic interest, democratic values, democratic ethos. I mean, the Alliance for Democracy. It's unfortunate that because of the fraudulent manipulation of the electoral process, our party was denied his dominance in a section of the country. But happily, we are still the party in control of Lagos. Lagos is significant and unique. Lagos is the state that has at least 10% of the Nigerian people. That is one. However, that is not all. Lagos itself occupies 1% of the total Nigerian land mass. That is two. That explains the pressure and burden of Lagos in serving the entire Nigerian people. That's the third issue. The fourth issue is that though this state is the tiniest, bearing the burden of the entire nation, is responsible for 60% of all the economic activities outside oil. That is, when you talk of industrial output of Nigeria, 5% of it is from Lagos. When you talk of goods and services in Nigeria will have no value outside Lagos. It is Lagos that determines the value of every good and service, not only in Lagos, in the entire West Africa sub-region. That is Lagos. This put together put a lot of pressure on every aspect of governance in Lagos, be it security, be it education, be it infrastructure, be it healthcare, in everywhere and in everything. There's a lot, even physical development and planning is under tremendous pressure of the surge of people from the West African region, from other parts of Nigeria. And that is why we are usually under tremendous pressure to meet with limited resources the needs of a large population of people and society. So it is for this that we want all well-meaning people to support us.
Very good. And Dr. Pitan, over the last 3 minutes we have, let's give you an opportunity to sort of round this show off today by telling us some of your visions and what you wish to accomplish out of this visit here.
Thank you very much. I want to say that our focus as a government from '99 up to now is to ensure that we reapply the resources of government, which actually belong to the people, to this vast majority of marginalized people in our place, in Lagos, such a way as to empower them, because we believe it's when they are empowered that they can hope to defend democracy. Unless those people are empowered, you understand, by way of access to health care, infrastructure, good roads, good education, prevention of HIV/AIDS, and so many of those things, which are their major problems and for which they have had no access because the resources are not there. But when we divert the resources and ensure we focus on them, then we are empowering them. When we empower them, they will be ready to even lay down their lives to protect democracy. To us, that is the surest way of protecting our nascent democracy. Otherwise, one soldier will get onto the air again and announce a coup. And the poor people will come out jubilating. Simple. The only way we can protect that nascent democracy is to empower the people by making sure we reinvent governance, that we redefine governance and make sure it is a governance of service, especially the poor, hitherto marginalized masses, who are in the majority. You are lucky here, is the minority that have the problem. Over there is the majority that are denied access. We want to reorientate it so that we empower them. Then we will have a standing army that will continuously and consistently defend and protect our democracy. That way, we can then hope to catch up with America.
Last 50 seconds we have here, Dr. Pitan. What would you say, and what have you thought of in terms of what keeps all of you going, encouraged by the situation that you find? What keeps you going?
Thank you very much. First of all, our passion for service, our determination to turn around the concept of governance from what we met it. And when you have good leadership, and you are all committed, from the governor, the commissioners, the legislature, we are focused that that is our aim, because we have realized that our people have that problem. We must turn around governance and make sure it's now service-oriented. and the people can now start having confidence in government, then we are on the right track. That's what keeps us going.
Very good. And let me thank the three of you, as well as the earlier show that we had dealing with this, for coming by and giving us that excellent information. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.